Introducing the UWF Tag Team Champions from New Zealand at the combined weight of 480 pounds, the New Zealand Sheepherders.
Coming back to the Universal Wrestling Federation television taping. It's ladies of all ages out there welcoming them back.
They sure are. They had a great time at the television taping. And as we wait the introduction, I'd like to remind everyone the next television taping will be Sunday night, April 13th. In Tulsa, the Convention Center right here, 7 o'clock. It's going to be free picture night. Bring the kids to come on out. There's nothing like being here in person. So as we always do, and we can't forget the great fans. Thank you for inviting us to your home. This is going to be a great one right here.
And you know one thing about Bobby and Tommy, they love their fans, and they take plenty of time when they go to the ring to greet them all. And this is explosion.
City of Angels, the combined weight of 420 pounds, Tommy Rogers and Bobby Fulton, the Fantastics.
That's what it's all about right there, the American flag.
Match for the UWF Tag Team Championship.
And this place is pandemonium at the beautiful Tulsa Convention Center. Roy Saunders, the director, a longtime friend of mine.
You can feel the patriotism, Bill. That's Jack Victory. And I still don't understand his association with those demented pair. The current Universal Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions, and Tommy Gilbert has the unenviable task of maintaining some semblance of law and order in this situation.
Well, let me tell you, Jack Victory, after that interview that Joel did at the Sheraton Century Plaza, he makes him even more of a mystery, because anybody that have a girlfriend, she looked to me like she's 6'4", 6'5", must weigh 200 pounds. Did you see that hairdo? I'd hate to meet her in a dark alley. But here you see the fans cranking up because they don't like the New Zealand Sheepherders that have knocked the United States. And, of course, they beat the team that was one of the favorites all time here. And here they're calling for silence while they salute their flag. The Sheepherders are in that tournament at New Orleans at the Superdome. The Jim Crockett Memorial for $1 million. So are the Fantastic. This should be only here, only on the Universal Wrestling Federation. Do you get this type of competition on television? Great main events. This would be a main event in any arena in the country. This is for the title.
Well, Bill, we don't have G. Gordon Liddy here. We got 4 great athletes in the ring. I think that's what it's all about.
I think all these stars from other media, they need to stay in their media. You know, this is for athletes. As far as I'm concerned, what steps in that ring, it ought to be the athletes. That's where it is their place to stand tall and to be proud. Of course, that's a personal opinion. Oh, high-flying Bobby Fulton. The Sheepherders, who've been battling guys like Dr. Death and Steve Williams, they may not have seen this kind of speed. You know, this is a specialist thing anymore, this tag teaming. When you guys got guys like Tommy Rogers and Bobby Fulton, they are so quick. They're just sudden. Jack Victory out there. A flag bearer for the New Zealand Sheepherders.
It's one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen, and
that's just an insult.
It is.
That's like Eddie Gilbert and his Russian stuff. Tommy Rogers, one of the top junior heavyweights in the world today. Powerful, explosive young man, and that's why he and Bobby Fulton are such an awesome team. When you get these specialists They work together so well that they can go against the big guys. They can go against anybody. They've got those afterburners to kick in. They're in fantastic condition. They got so much nervous energy. Tommy Rogers is never still. And you see him pulling that man back, keep him from getting the tag. Armbar.
These guys have worked so well together. Fulton's got a lot of charisma and a lot of explosiveness.
Well, you know, Bobby Fulton got into it with superstar Bill Dundee just over shaking his booty like he just did, but Dundee sure hadn't made him quit doing anything he wants to do, has he? And they just double arm whipped the two Sheepherders in. And it looks like they're in a world of trouble, and listen to this crowd, Jim.
And Bill, I've just been notified we've got to take a commercial commitment for the television station. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll keep the cameras rolling, and we'll be right back. Don't go away. We'll be right back after this television timeout.
Jim, we're back with it. Ladies and gentlemen, we kept the cameras running during the commercial break. There was no decision. As you can see, they battle back in the ring, and the pace is still a torrid pace. And Bobby Fulton, that leapfrog and that drop kick, it's just been non-stop pandemonium. I dare you anywhere to see the kind of intensity that you see among the athletes here on the Universal Wrestling Federation. That's what fans all over the country, when they write us, when they talk to us, that's what they appreciate. They say they've never seen the level of competition. And, of course, all the wrestlers, this has been an inside knowledge for years. And, brother, when you come down here and get in the snake pit, you got to produce. You can't rest on your laurels. You better be in condition. That old derby's hanging down, and you start sucking that wind because you don't have enough gasoline in there from hitting that gym and doing that road work. You don't get beat down here.
And the Sheepherders are desperately, Bill, trying to slow the pace down.
Oh, yes.
You know, the Fantastics have dictated the tempo of this match since the outset. And
well, they have to. They have to, Jim, because they're smaller. They've got to fight their battle plan. They can't let anybody force them to do their kind of match. They got to have the backing of that crowd. They got to keep it moving. They can't let these guys settle them down and then all of a sudden separate them and get one of them out there and cut him off from his partner. Jim, you know, when you get a chance, say hello to some of the new stations that have joined the Universal Wrestling Federation syndication. As we're growing every day, and we're certainly glad because we're hearing from fans in all parts of the country. Ann Arbor, Michigan, Dallas, Texas, Beaumont. We're back on the air there.
Yeah, KBMT Channel 12 down in Beaumont. Hello to all you folks this fine Saturday night on that great ABC affiliate there. Also, Bill, we're excited about being in St. Louis, Missouri. KDNL at Channel 21. Folks, we're going to be right here with you every Saturday morning at 11 o'clock on KDNL. Thank you very much for having us into your great wrestling city and one of the great wrestling cities in America.
Well, there's the Sheepherders now. You know that with their caliber, no matter what, they were off balance there for a while with their speed and explosion. But these men are tremendously tough. They are the champions. They've wrestled the world over. They're trying to figure out what it takes to stop the Fantastics. But people can tell you that have seen the Fantastics in action. The only way to stop them is to put them completely down and out, and that's a tough job. That's an all-day job.
Bill, I spoke with them before the matches started. They're so excited about this opportunity. This is one title, major tag team title that they've never held. They've been the champions in several areas, but never in this area. They're really pumped up for this match.
High knee drop. This is just non-stop action. Sheepherder trying to bear hug Tommy Rogers into the rope, but Tommy had already tagged his partner. The referee saw it. They're so quick. Tag is made again, another tag. Then a monkey flip, a drop kick. They just non-stop. They do combinations. They don't just do one move. That way the team they're against can't get really set to figure out what's coming next. They always have a series of moves. And that's so important when you're any kind of athlete, whether you're boxing or whether you're wrestling. You can't just throw one punch and then wait for another one. You've got to have that series of combinations that really gets you right on top of the target, keeps your other man off balance. Uh-oh, Tommy Rogers thrown out on the floor there. The Sheepherders are trying to slow it down, and Tommy hit that concrete, and then Bobby's out to see about him.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with more of this tremendous championship encounter after this message from the UWF.
We're back with you, ladies and gentlemen, and Tommy Rogers has gotten back in the ring, but the Sheepherders have really teamed up on him after that tremendous fall to the floor. We kept the cameras running in case there was a decision during the commercial break. We're sorry when we have to leave, but we do have to make the commercial commitments just like the National Football League or anybody else. And Tommy Rogers, with that fighting heart, trying to fight back. You see Jack Victory on the floor with a flag, and you see Crazy Luke being tagged in, who he's a different kind of guy. I mean, these guys are a little bit weird. And I'm sure his name is not Crazy Luke, but that's just the impression I get from him. And look at him pummel the man, and you see him drive those knees into the spleen area, into the kidney area. And those of you that have been in beefs or played football or been in any kind of sport or even a car wreck, you know just how bad it hurts when you get something driven in like that into your kidneys. And you've all heard of people getting a spleen rupture with a pancreas. This is a tremendous body punishment. You know, it's almost in the old boxing world, there was an art of being a body puncher because they said kill the body and the head will follow. And so you see these kind of guys, they take these tactics. It may not show up right now. Tommy's in such fantastic condition. But you got to remember, he's been thrown out on the concrete floor, and he's been hammered, and you can see it's taking its toll.
Ladies and gentlemen, whatever you do, don't forget that this match is for the Universal Wrestling Federation Tag Team Championship. The Fantastics challenging the Sheepherders. Bill, this is one of the, where else? Right here, this is one of the longest matches I think we've ever had here on television. They are really getting it on.
Again, the caliber of competition. Both of these teams will be in the Jim Crockett Senior Memorial Cup Tournament, but they're really trying to take each other apart. And you see Tommy again, and they've attacked that body. They drove him into the steel barricades there. He's in a world of pain. You see the Sheepherders have now got their game plan in action. They've separated one of them. They've cut him out of the pack, so to speak. They've taken advantage. It's like a wolf pack coming around a bunch of sheep, and one of them is injured. And they'll separate him out of that injury, and they'll keep working on chasing and dragging him down. And this is the type of thing that they're doing right now to Tommy Rogers. But he's got a great fighting heart. However, he knows he's got to get back in that ring and get to his partner. He's got to tag Bobby Fulton. Because I don't care what, they've taken a lot out of him. Now, can he get back to Bobby? There he goes. He slipped through. He slipped through. This could be a great point in this match.
Fulton is on fire.
Toe-to-toe. He is cooking. He's cooking. But it's still one man against two because Tommy's hurting. But there you see Tommy outside there. Drop kick.
All 4 men in there. The referee's got to get this thing back together. And speaking of together, the Sheepherders thrown together by the Fantastics. And the Fantastics are now, they're quickening the pace, Bill. It's back to a high tempo.
I'm telling you, I love it. You know, he just dumped Tommy out there again. Tommy's out on that floor again. Watch Jack Victory. I can't see him. They've taken the camera off of it, but Jack Victory, has he got that flagpole? And I can't tell. Tommy is really spent. Now that's letting them double up on Bobby. That third man outside there. The Sheepherders were an awesome, and their victories were tremendous without Jack Victory. Now all of a sudden they got Jack Victory, the third man out there. Tommy Rogers just climbed the top rope and drop kick. I don't think the referee saw that. He drop kicked the one. The tables have been turned. A double drop kick. Tommy is just giving it all. He's just reaching down to that inner part that every great athlete that has to be able to come up with to go above and beyond the call of duty. You look at this teamwork. 1, 2. We got new champions, Jim. We got new Universal Wrestling Federation champions. This place has just exploded. This place, pandemonium. The roof has come off. The place is upside down. We got new champions. The Sheepherders have been defeated.
And the new champions are Americans. Tommy Rogers and Bobby Fulton. Rogers and Fulton, the Fantastic, this place is standing. What a victory.
Listen to this place. They pulled it out. They pulled it out. Look at the Sheepherders and airtime we have left, but next week we will talk to the champions. We're going to get an interview with them. As a matter of fact, we're going to send the cameras to this dressing room. I'm sure there's going to be a celebration back there. We're going to have Terry Taylor against Jack Victory here next week. Also the Blade Runners, Jim.
It's going to be a great one. Plus, we'll tell you more about the Superdome tournament on April the 19th. For Cowboy Bill Watts, I'm Jim Ross saying thanks for being with us. We'll see you next week from the Universal Wrestling Federation.